Yo, so basically, man, we all know the situation with the Grammys. I'm just gonna give my little thoughts on it or whatever. Performance wise, I mean, we seen Beyonce and Jay-Z start the shit off as you see here. Kendrick Lamar performed, Lord performed, even though I like to call her Lordy, you know what I'm saying? But she performed Royals. I think Pharrell performed with Daft Punk. Katy Perry, Juicy J. Who else performed on that shit? Some cat at the piano. They had a lot of performances, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, we all know that's not what the fuck I'm here to talk about. The whole text message with Macklemore and Kendrick Lamar. Now, my thoughts on that shit is, all right, it's 2014. Um, Earlier when I watched the red carpet, Taylor Swift had even said her album is up for some kind of Grammy, but it dropped a year ago. And even she was like, why is my album up for a Grammy when it dropped over a year ago? Now, if I'm correct, didn't Kendrick album drop in 2012? If I'm correct, and it's 2014. So at the end of the day, for hip hop album or whatever the case may be, what he was nominated for, do I think he should have won over Macklemore? Yeah, I haven't heard Macklemore album. From what I heard, it's a dope album. But I gotta say, Good Kid, Mad City was a dope piece of work. But nothing was the same. That's what a Grammy should have went. 9 times 10 Drake should have got it. But the thing what I'm here to say is, why are we like? I mean, we mad at it, but at the same time, like you have to put out current body of work. Like I don't know when Macklemore dropped this shit. Maybe it was 2013. Maybe it's 2012. Who the fuck knows? But at the end of the day, we know how the situation go turn out. Hove got a Grammy or whatever. That's cool. But I mean, yeah, Kendrick was robbed. Yeah, but I still feel like the Grammys is about when it comes in January, it's about the previous year. So if you really look at 2013, Kendrick didn't have really no body of work album that dropped. If I'm correct, it dropped in 2012. You know what I'm saying? Drake dropped the album last year. Wale dropped the album. J. Cole, Jay-Z, Kanye, things of that nature. If I'm correct, ain't the Grammys about what you did in the last 12 months? You know what I'm saying? From January to January? If I'm correct. I don't know if I am. But at the end of the day, I mean, shit happens, who didn't think Macklemore was going to sweep the motherfucking Grammys? You know what I'm saying? Just like Eminem, I was shocked that he wasn't nominated for nothing. But when he was killing the Grammys, we all know that he was going to kill the Grammys. You know what I mean? It was shocking to see Jay-Z there because we all know the 1999 incident where he figured that, people, they didn't really cater to our type of music. You feel me? So, and we seen the infamous line where he say, Blue, you got a new gold sippy cup or some shit like that. I mean, basically, I recorded the Grammys, but I really didn't look at it. I looked at Beyonce performance, and that shit was horrendous to me. It was a great performance, lightweight, but her hair, I mean, it just looked like she just came out on stage out of just hopping out the shower. It just looked it weird. And then you see all the little things that people was making fun of with Jay-Z and Beyonce, little captions and shit like that. I thought that shit was funny, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I mean, this Grammy Awards, it wasn't nothing special. To me, the best Grammy Awards was when they had Lil Wayne, T.I., Drake, Eminem, if I'm correct, basically when they performed Swagger Like Us. You know what I'm saying? That was the year for the Grammys, for us in a sense. But you still got to look at it as a whole if you want to keep it all the way real with music. We did drop a lot of music as far as our culture last year. I mean, some people here and there underground mainstream, but Grammys is basically mainstream appeal. So how many mainstream artists drop albums, had number one albums, number one singles, and things of that nature? Sorry about that. So that's another thing you really gotta look at when you get mad at certain shit. You know what I'm saying? I think Kendrick was featured on a lot of records and shit, but his time should have came when the album dropped and the 2013 Grammys last year. So everybody getting mad over this shit. It's like it is what it is. Once Macklemore did that whole line about that gay line, it was over with. When that song came out, it was over with. Because so many laws have passed with the gay people and all their rights and things of that nature. So I knew off top, like once he did that line in that song, and I started watching him in interviews and shit, it was over. And the simple fact he deserved it. He didn't have no label backing him. He did that album independently and sold 1 million fucking copies. So at the end of the day, he put in the hard work, the grind. I mean, you got to give it to him. I mean, I'm not a Macklemore fan, but respect, you got to respect it. At the end of the day, he did all that shit, Platinum Plus, independently. So why do he need a major label? You know what I mean? But the text message he sent, like, oh, I was going to say that Kendrick got robbed, but, you know, they cut the music off. They was doing that shit to a lot of people when they was giving their speeches. You know what I'm saying? They, like, basically played the music and cut them off. You know, poor Ariana Grande was on the red carpet crying because some person on Twitter was basically saying she looked horrendous or something, her dress and her hair, and she went on, I think, was it Instagram or Tumblr, and explained her hair situation and shit, and she's only 20 years old. I do think she's kind of too, you know, sensitive and shit like that, but she got to understand, you in the public eye, people going to hate, people going to ridicule, you know, people going to criticize, but at the end of the day, I mean, the Grammys wasn't the best, you know what I mean? It had its moments, but other than that, I just want to give my thoughts on it, you feel me? But everybody should just chill out, you know? Kendrick gonna get his due, you know what I'm saying? But just like Drake said, when Kendrick did the Control verse, he had a moment, but it's about consistency and body of work. He only put out one album. Let's see if his next album can double what it did sales and even have a bigger impact, you know? He did drop a phenomenal project, but let's see if he can do it again and again. It's about consistency. I mean, you got to look at people like Wale is on his 3rd album, about to drop another one this year. Drake just dropped his 3rd album last year. You know, J. Cole on his 2nd project. You know, I heard he's working on another one. So it's still, I get it, the lyricism and everything like that, but I still feel the album of the year last year was Wale with The Gifted. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion, but y'all let me know what y'all think about the Grammy. Sorry it's a day late, but, you know, I'm kind of trying to get over a cold. But, all right, y'all, holla. One.